The Cowboys are on the on deck circle for Dallas sports, and so if you think the Rangers are bad, get ready. Um, Pretty bad performance against the Los Angeles Rams for their first preseason game. What a surprise! Run defense, not too good, huh? Um,
Oh,
and also, it was our first time to see Joe Milton, who had a lot of hype. We're kind of talking about it last week. He goes out there, doesn't play like I think a lot of people expected him to play. I didn't think he was going to go out there and be a superstar, but I guess I should have. I guess I wanted him to play a little bit better than I guess Trey Lance's preseason performances, but it felt pretty Trey Lancey performance there from Joe Milton. Joe, how do you think about Joe?
Joe Milton, he's got a strong arm. I'll tell you that. He's got a strong arm. It's just that unfortunately it does not go where it's supposed to go on some of those throws. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen in this backup race. Really wonder what they're gonna do here. Because there are some bright spots even in that blowout of a preseason game. I just knew they weren't going to win that game after like the first part of the first quarter. But you look at the first, I guess, showing of the Schottenheimer era. I think Israel McQuam had a good showing. I had a nice little snag for interception. Off that Stetson Bennett pass, he did pretty good. Phil Maffa got a good bulk of carries. I think he could have been more explosive, but he was all right. But Maris Leah found defensively. He also was a bright spot as well. This is his second year, I believe. So his second roll through training camp, second preseason, playing good. So I think that those guys were good, but offensively, not a lot of bright spots that I saw in the game. I mean, I don't know about you, but it was just an all right performance. Not a lot of guys always like, oh, this guy's a diamond in the rough who is making a team that nobody's heard of, that nobody's expecting. But it's the first preseason game. You're not going to see that a lot. So,
Right. And I,
yeah.
I always just don't care about preseason games. I think it is important to talk about them, but in the end, I don't think preseason games are an accurate form of what the season's going to be, especially, of course, when you're the Dallas Cowboys and you rest 95% of your starters and the other 5% basically only being special teams. Um, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Joe Milton has just been I think that was a very good humbling moment because I think that there's a lot of times where he's probably seen online as well all the fans that have been kind of hyping him up. This is definitely still Dak's team. I think that there's a little bit of an overreaction from the fan base, but I still think that he's a very viable backup option, and I'm kind of excited. I'm still excited to see what he can do in the second game against Baltimore. This is again just the first game, and I think that Joe Milton's still a very good backup quarterback. The run game was very eh. Malik Davis, if you were still tuned in the second half, Malik Davis actually had an impressive stat line, 9 yards per carry. Um, and then I mean Phil Maffa was. I saw a tweet saying something where it's like if you need 1 yard, Phil Maffa will get you three.
I
If you need
saw
10 yards, Phil Maffa will get you three.
it.
And
Phil Maffa.
I mean, I didn't expect Phil Moffitt to come out here and be a superstar. He was a very that's kind of what he was at Clemson. He wasn't a breakout guy. He was somebody who get there and knew the yardage that he needed to get and would try to go get that. And so I think Phil Moffitt's a good depth running back. Not somebody as a starter for sure, but somebody who's definitely good depth and somebody who can develop and hopefully be somebody in the future for us. But
Dude.
yeah, offense. Rivaldo Fairweather got the catch, got the TD for rookie tight end. He played all right, but definitely not anybody. Jalen Tolbert, I wish would have performed a little bit better. Was kind of a
hmm
no-show, and you kind of that was a little bit concerning, but I don't know. I mean,
Dude, how about one of my favorite quotes actually getting manifested through the lips of Jerry Jones? I don't know if you saw the quote he said a few days ago, but the Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days a year. When it gets slow, I'll stir it up. My God. Read the room, man, please. What are we doing, Jerry Jones? I don't know if you saw Denzel too. I don't know if you saw that on ESPN. He was in First Take and whew, only what Denzel could do. The whole monologue. By the way, people are figuring out that he's a Cowboys fan. I think I figured that out a few months ago. It's not a popular thing because he's not really at Cowboys games, and also he's from New York, so people assume he's just a Giants fan. But, hearing that from a big time celebrity saying, I'm not into the Oscars, let's talk about the box office or something like that. Um, it's very concerning to hear that on that from an actor like his caliber, calling out and owning like that, looking right at the camera, saying you haven't been to the show in a minute. It's been 30 years, man. So I don't know what it'll take for it to be a wake up call for Jerry Jones if Denzel Washington doesn't get your attention. Denzel Washington, of all people, I get he's not
I don't even think
a
Micah
football
Parsons
figure.
got his attention at that point. Micah Parsons called him out, and he's not. I mean, I think that nobody's changing Jerry Jones, and I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible for him to go and say that. It's really like a mission. It was like a mission because, we were always talking about Jerry Jones obviously being one of the worst GMs in the NFL and, just making the Cowboys a soap opera. But why did he have to say the loud part or the obvious part out loud? Why did he have to say that? I mean,
Very
it's just
sad.
like it is seriously so maddening because you look at Nico Harrison and when he traded Luca and he wouldn't even talk to the public. He would barely even he didn't even have any press conferences until basically after the year ended. And I mean, hey, at least he wasn't going out there and saying the stupid things. He was saying some stupid things, but he wasn't going out there and just making a fool out of himself like Jerry Jones does. It is unbelievable what Jerry does, man.
It's
It's
pretty
unbelievable.
funny how, like, after the post Luca trade, we were thinking, has this dude officially overtaken Jerry Jones as, the most
He took
incompetent
that
owner?
personally, man.
I mean, he
He
took it
took that.
personally.
He
I,
took it
clearly
real
clearly
personally.
that offended him. My God, what a past few 2 months we've seen from Jerry Jones just turning up the heat on, the conversations between him and Nico.
Oh
My
man.
God,
Oh
we're
man.
sorry, Jerry. Please,
Jerry, yeah,
please,
Jerry. We got you,
we
man.
apologize. We got it. Dang, man, Jerry Jones,
Did you
bro.
see what he recently said too from the Netflix show that's been coming out with the Cowboys? I haven't been watching it at
All
all,
about his
but
sickness or something like that.
yeah, dude,
Yeah, I
survived
just
stage
had
four
no
cancer in
clue.
2010.
Had no
He said a
clue.
miracle drug, which just sounds like a cure for cancer if you're rich like him.
Hmm.
But man, that is some crazy stuff.
Who knew, bro? Very, very crazy, And this whole
It,
off season, there is never gonna be just a chill off season. It can
it's
never be normal.
I hate to say it, but it's almost like after that happened, after he survived that he just decided that he was going to make the Cowboys the biggest comedic thing that he could possibly do. Like he just stopped taking it seriously after that.
You just keep getting laughed
20,
at, man. It
I
never
feel like
ends.
that was when 2010 was like, all right, it's been 15 years now. It's been 15 years now. You got a little bit of a bubble. 15 years, not too much. There's teams that don't accomplish anything for 50 years. Look at the Eagles. 15 years, just all right. All right. But
It's
now you
just,
get the 2015, 2020. Now you've had some chances as well, and it's like, oh no. Now it's really a curse.
mm,
But I
it's
mean,
crazy, man.
man, what would we be without Dallas sports?
The
Not
gift
see
that
this
keeps
shit,
on
man.
giving.
Please save us, stars. Please, please don't be a Western Conference Finals outing again, man. It's I need some team because Lord knows it's not going to be the Mavericks.